One of the most common unsaid worries of males is loneliness. Shared fires, mutual defense, and the solace of familiar voices in the dark are all examples of how evolution shaped us for community. It can feel like you're slipping away from the core of relevance and human connection when you decline invitations, ignore group conversations, or spend weekends by yourself. That script is reversed by a Sigma male. He is aware that a silent calendar can indicate a concentrated mind rather than a lonely one, and that noise frequently passes for connection. He sees a blank canvas where others perceive a void, time to develop abilities, challenge narratives, and align inner desires free from the influence of external viewpoints. It's not that he doesn't experience the pain of loneliness. Instead, he's learned to turn it into a forge. His determination is tempered by the fire that wears down socially conscious men. So why does he frequently have so few people around him because of this mindset? And why does he feel at ease with that cost? We'll look at 8 reasons why Sigma males frequently have no one in their lives in this video. On 1, they take privacy seriously. A Sigma guy protects personal information in the same manner as other people do with passwords. After stating the obvious, occupation, courteous opinions, he will move the focus elsewhere. The reasoning behind such constraint is that once information is made public, it can be exploited for unsolicited counsel, leverage, or gossip. He is aware that power lies in privacy. He experiences fewer interruptions, manipulations, and intrusions when fewer people are aware of the finer points of his world. Autonomy, not fear, is the source of secrecy. The Sigma's restraint seems subversive in a time when oversharing is the norm. He doesn't use weakness to get approval. Rather, he makes himself known gradually, purposefully, and according to his own terms. He eliminates handles that others may use to influence his choices by keeping important information private, such as finances, family issues, and future goals. There is a sense of distance created by this choice. Before a bond is even formed, some people back off because they perceive it as intimidation or aloofness. The Sigma agrees to the compromise, a life with far fewer external fingerprints in return for fewer affectionate introductions. 2, they create happiness for their self. To keep their mood meter charged, most guys rely on group rituals like game evenings, continuous messaging, and weekend excursions. The emotional circuitry of a Sigma is powered by self-directed behaviors that require no assistance from others. He finds fulfillment in reading, working out, picking up new skills, and working on personal projects without the need for approval from others. Fulfillment can even be found in peaceful pursuits like cooking by yourself, taking a nature walk, or thinking about personal objectives. These times rejuvenate him more than any packed room ever could. It is rare for him to feel the need to connect to social networks because his emotional environment is self-sustaining. His fulfillment comes from personal growth, liberty, and purpose, rather than from group noise. He doesn't feel pressured to participate in every scheme that goes about among his connections because he completes his joy cycle in solitude. He just doesn't feel the social hunger that pulls others out the door, even though friends might interpret his absence as disinterest. Being self-sufficient reduces his reliance on the group and, consequently, its size. 3, they allow trust to grow gradually. To a Sigma, quick confidences sound hollow. He wonders what hidden desire is driving the speed if someone demands for instant devotion or divulges secrets after only one conversation. He instead presents modest tests, such as exchanging minor viewpoints, determining whether they are repeated or appreciated, monitoring how someone reacts to setbacks, and determining whether pledges endure inconvenience. He values consistency over charm and closely examines trends rather than promises. The Sigma believes what is proven over time rather than what is stated at the time. Slow trust, in his opinion, is solid trust that is developed gradually and validated by friction in real life rather than by hasty statements. When intimacy stalls, most acquaintances leave because they are unaware of this silent screening. Over time, those who stay patient, reliable, and discreet gain greater access. The approach eliminates a lot of possible friends, but the Sigma would rather make an investment in uncommon dependability than oversee a huge, unpredictable roster. 4. They avoid distress rivalries masquerading as laughs, complaints being circulated like cash, and heated group discussions. These types of drama provide some people with excitement, but they deplete the Sigma's mental reserves. He withdraws at the first hint of pointless fights or loyalty tests, sometimes by making a composed statement and, more frequently, by just leaving. He knows that mental tranquility is too precious to be risked on emotional whirlpools. While drama can be exciting for a while, it rarely results in growth or resolution. The Sigma views these kinds of contacts as diversions from his goals, and his early departure is not an act of flight, but rather a conscious decision to protect his long-term emotional stability and inner clarity. 5. They prioritize objectives over meetings. Time becomes a limited resource measured in progress units when the mind locks upon a personal goal, such as enhancing one's health, becoming an expert in a subject, or earning a side income. The timeline is compared to social invitations to determine whether they will disrupt momentum or fit in without diverting attention. The courteous rejection happens quickly if the response veers off course. Friends may keep track of the number of game nights or dinners they've missed. The Sigma maintains track of the number of pages read, skills honed, or chores finished. He is aware that success necessitates periods of boredom that few are willing to share, and he is willing to endure the loneliness that accompanies that dedication. 6. They have high expectations of friends. For the Sigma, good company entails more than just sharing interests. He seeks true support free from rivalry, honesty, even when the truth hurts, respect for boundaries without reminders, and dependability when things go difficult. He would rather have one genuine link than 10 flimsy ones, and he values depth over frequency. According to him, genuine friendship is put to the test in private, grown stronger by growing in common, and maintained by independence. He is not attracted to shallow flattery or performative allegiance. Instead, he looks for those who are reliable over time and strong under duress. He is prepared to wait patiently to find out about these uncommon qualities. Seldom are these criteria made public. Over time, he observes behavior. Many prospective friends only fit one or two of the requirements, and relationships break down when they are at arm's length. As a result, the inner circle is thin and could seem empty to outsiders. However, the Sigma values each relationship inside that circle well above societal volume, since it is strong enough to withstand pressure without breaking. 7. Only invitations with obvious value are accepted. The mind naturally balances gain and cost before approving a plan, new information versus genuine satisfaction, meaningful connection, or time spent. Events that focus on everyday entertainment, status updates, or idle discussion rarely make the cut. He views time as a valuable resource that must be used carefully because it cannot be replaced. When an invitation lacks depth, growth, or genuine human experience, it feels more like a withdrawal than an investment. He chooses to be where his ideals coincide by being intentionally present rather than just participating. By doing this, he gradually improves his focus, filters his environment, and aligns his lifestyle with his goals and purpose. 8. They adapt. More quickly than most constant self-improvement is key to the Sigma mindset. He might concentrate on developing his professional skills one season, then on philosophy or artistic expression the next. Routines, priorities, and even locations can change with each pivot. Although the social scene becomes scarcer, The voyage continues unimpeded. The Sigma's nearly empty contact list ultimately represents his top priority, living in constant harmony with his own compass, rather than being a sign of a lack of connection. He gauges life by the clarity of the signal within, whereas many others gauge it by the volume of voices surrounding them. Every conversation and every contact is evaluated based on whether it is consistent with his unique truth rather than custom or expectation. Silence is an active presence of focus, inner discussion, and conscious direction for the mind. It is not absence. He is afraid of a life ruled by distraction, noise, and responsibilities he never selected, not of being alone. Instead of emptiness, he finds a rare and empowering kind of freedom in this seclusion. There is more room for creative thinking, unadulterated effort, and a tranquility that is chosen rather than found by accident when there are fewer talks and echoes. He intentionally forms a deal, exchanging friendship for mental and temporal autonomy. The observer's values determine whether the trade feels expensive or freeing. The math is straightforward for the Sigma. He would rather travel light toward a destination he has designed than follow footsteps that were never his to get to a crowded place. I recommend watching this powerful video, 5 Brutal Truths Sigma Males Don't Even Know About Themselves. It reveals some eye-opening insights you might never have considered.